This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 783. I am Brian Kilby, and thanks to you guys for covering last week. I mean, covering, you guys were here every week, and you really all you did was...
I mean, you should be thanking me for covering because, I did arguably the hardest part.
So thank you, Chris, for covering the hosting.
Damn
Rob
right.
for the recording. Diecast for the streaming. Yeah.
And, of course, thanks to Matt and Don for being the backup singers.
Yeah, there you go. So,
hey, solid gold, man. Solid gold.
So I'm going to encourage everybody to go back to my Twitter at BKilby on Twitter and look at my time in the abandoned mall, which was the craziest part of my vacation last week.
I want to hear about that. Like, you were actually able to go in and everything legally? That was so weird.
It's semi-abandoned. I mean, like, there are 2 stores that you have to go into a mall entrance to go to access. Everything else, the other 2 things in the mall are like Bass Pro and Kohl's, so they have their own entrances. But otherwise, it's completely abandoned. It was pretty awesome. But yeah, so it was actually probably the coolest thing, though, that I did was a trip to, it was the toy department. Brendan Cool had messaged me. He's like, hey, man, this is like where I'm from. I can be glad to tell you about anything going on. Super helpful. Thank you so much for all the tips and stuff. That was invaluable. You are awesome. And he's like, hey, one of my friends runs this store called the Toy Department. I'm like, okay, I'll go to it. And let me show the photos from this place. There's a lot. I'm not going to show everything. But the place it's in Cincinnati, so where Kenner used to be. So I was sort of surprised, and I guess I shouldn't have been, that there were protos of Kenner product there, quite a few. And if Star Wars stuff.
Star Wars and Batman, I think I saw mostly.
Yeah. But I've been to a lot of toy stores, vintage toy stores. This is the best one that I've personally been to. I've been to quite a few. There had so many Transformers. And went in and I was expecting crap. You go into one of those places and it's like I tell Kim, it's like, I'm going to go in here. I'm not going to see anything I don't already have. Or I might see 1 or 2 things. Admittedly, there wasn't a lot that they had that I didn't have, except for some stuff that I didn't necessarily want. But if you're watching the video, and if not, I'm going to put it in the show notes, tfradio.net/783. It was a wild selection of newer and vintage Transformers, tons and tons of boxed G1 stuff. I mean, the photo I'm looking at right now was probably 30 or more boxed G1 toys, nice boxes. I mean, that's probably more boxed G1 than I have. Tons of things. Stuff was in great condition, and the thing is, the prices are very reasonable. I'm looking right here, and they have he had what looks like to be a complete Minosaur for $175. In my mind, man, Minosaur should be like $40. Well, that was like 1998. In 2022, $175 is pretty good.
Yeah.
So a quick switch that's complete for $75. That's in great shape. Just looking at it, it's the 84, 85 cars as low as less than $100 in the box, missing the bubble. But it's crazy. I've never been to a shop like this. Usually the selection's good or the prices are good and the selection's crap. This place is really awesome. So I want to go back. I'll go I'll drive a few hours to go to a toy store. This is 7 hours from me. I would consider going back just to go to this place. It's ridiculous.
How far is it from Jungle Gyms?
8 minutes.
Oh, see, yeah. So you can go to the toy store and then also just pop over to Jungle Gyms while you're there.
Yeah. And go to the
Perfect.
abandoned mall. Hit up a
Yeah.
White Castle.
I don't think you have to go to the Cincinnati area for White Castle.
But if you have to go to Jungle Gyms in this place.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, White Castle's not like specifically a selling point of this because you can get White Castle in a lot of places.
I
Yeah.
don't think
But
White
so-
Castle's not a
Would you-
selling point of anything, really.
Yeah.
yeah, so like not a plug, and I didn't talk to the guy who ran it or anything. It's like, hey, can I mention this on my podcast? No, this is just me, talking about something. They don't have e-commerce, so if you're asking how can I go buy stuff online, you can't. It's a brick and mortar store, and apparently they want to keep it that way, which is kind of awesome. So I want to go back.
That reminds me when I was in Virginia Beach and I went to that place.
This is
Where
more
I-
awesome than that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I'm saying, that's the kind of place that if I'd had more time, I would like to have gone just shelf by shelf.
That
by shelf
Don, that
and just-
place is awesome. Kevin has sent me photos. I've seen some amazing things there. Like, I only took photos of the stuff that I'm interested in. The whole store, it's ungodly. It is. It's nicely merchandised. It's clean. It's well organized. The prices are fantastic.
It's almost too good to be
It's
true.
almost too good to be true.
Well, I saw the picture you posted of the Cowboys in Moo Mesa. I mentioned on Twitter, if that had been Moo Montana or the Dakota Kid, I would have loved to get one of those just to actually have one because I never picked any
Hey Don,
up.
how about this? Skip the cruise, and you and I can just drive up to this place.
And
What are the
then
wives gonna do?
after I'm killed, you can lead a search party in the hills and hollers of West Virginia to find my remains.
I know a place.
I want to be fair. I feel like I've knocked the place in Virginia, and I know that like Kevin loves that place. I've seen photos. I'm basing like actually being in this place to a scattered photos I've seen. So maybe the place is more amazing than I'm giving it credit for, especially if the owner's listening. I didn't want to knock your store. So yeah, but it's pretty sweet. So, but yeah, that's one of the things that I did other than going to the abandoned mall and like the largest grocery store in the U.S. And
Get anything interesting at Jungle Gyms?
so Amazon has ruined Jungle Gyms for me in a lot of ways because you can get some of the stuff online, or you can get it just through if you know what you're looking for. So it's basically become like a gigantic soda run for me. So I got a lot of balls. I love balls. I love balls. Balls. This is cherry balls in a bottle.
We can get balls in Pennsylvania.
I used to be able to get it here. I can't anymore. I also got Jones Soda. I don't think I can get Jones Soda here anymore either.
Jones is a Philadelphia-based thing, I think.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Jones Soda like years and years and years ago, like probably 10 or 15 years ago.
We had them down here, but
Yeah.
it was
Had past tense.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cherry Jones that they used to make, they don't make anymore. Was awesome. There is a limited edition Jones cherry again that's icy flavored. That's nearly as good, and Kim and I bought a bunch of that. So
Yeah, the Jones foo berry sounds very weird, but it's very good.
I've never tried. I've come across that one before. I've never tried it. But yeah, toy stores. Yeah, I want to go seek out more toy stores, especially ones that have vintage stuff like this.
Well, Brian, have you been to Raleigh to Cro-Mag before?
I believe I have. Like I used to love going to Retro Reboot when it was open, and Retro Reboot was awesome, and they had a ton of stuff. But like they had like it was half focused video games, half focused toys. Like the focus on this is like 99% toys, like 1% video games, and like the video game stuff they had a NES set with Rob, and it was like $1,600.
With Rob Clay?
No, the robot.
Mm.
But
Robo Rob?
yeah, Robo Rob.
Robo Rob.
But yeah, so I mean, I'm not going to say this is the best vintage toy store in the country.
But it sure
certainly-
sounds like one of them.
It sounds like one of them. Like it sounds like it rivals the stuff that you would see like in like Mandarake in Japan. Maybe. It's yeah. Cool. Okay. So there's news and stuff that happened too, and there's a lot of it. So the biggest news of the week, of course, was Pluto TV. It's not. I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, I put that and the other thing as the first two items because I just thought we could like throw quick references to them and move on to the actual like meaningful news items.
Like I got the press release for the Pluto TV thing, and I'm like, okay.
All right.
Yeah. Sometimes I respond to the press releases, and this is one where I just let it slide through my email, and I just read what Ben had posted on his website. So. But yeah, so first, I think the coolest thing, because I saw this circulating, and I just assumed that it was a third-party toy and not the official Takara Tomy Masterpiece Skyfire. Yeah, a transformation video. The thing transforms in just... turn off the sound. It transforms in... I mean, this is not real time.
Yeah, we can't tell exactly how many steps because this is clearly edited and they're jumping from point to point. But it's
simplified.
It's an uncommonly few number of steps for a cartoon-based masterpiece toy.
And in fact, you guys said that last week on the episode. It doesn't have to look like a real thing, so
Yeah.
the engineering can be simplified. And I was listening to you guys say that, and I'm like, but they're not gonna. But they did.
I think I didn't believe they were going to simplify it either, but
I wouldn't have thought that. I actually didn't see the video yet. So.
I wouldn't have thought that initially until we found out the price tag and how it was like at least
that's
$100 less than we thought it was.
Yeah. And I would have to think they're looking at all those people that have been out of Masterpiece for so long because of the prices or because of the complexity. And they're thinking, we don't have to make this figure 1,700 steps with micro panels and crap like that. And they're trying to maybe have a price point that will get people back into Masterpiece collecting, perhaps.
The interesting thing too is this is kind of the anti-Valkyrie, because like Bandai's equivalently placed Valkyrie toys from Macross are super complex engineering and do really weird, crazy things to affect the change of shape from a like really elongated, streamlined, almost futuristic looking jet to a humanoid shape without really signs of one in the other. And Skyfire is just like, nope, block becomes block. It's exactly like it looks like on the t-shirt.
Yeah, it's like I'm a jet that turns into a robot. You can tell. Oh, okay, good. That's fine.
Yeah. So, I don't have any other thoughts on it.
Brian, are you getting it?
Yeah, I already pre-ordered it. Yeah. So it's one of those things like where I'm not on it when I'm not on the podcast. I want to chime in, and I realize that I can't as I'm listening. But like, I didn't have anything left to say after you guys talked about it last week, other than I pre-ordered it. That's the only thing. So
I have the very same problem too, which is why I usually don't listen to the shows on the weeks I'm not here, because like the whole time I'm like, no, actually, you guys.
Yeah. So
it doesn't really work in post.
So Pluto TV announced. Maybe there was already an announcement. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think we were talking about this last week or the week before.
But the channel's live, and it features Prime, Cyberverse, and Red 2015. And that's it, right? Nothing else.
That's what I've seen listed from that. I have not.
That's what they mentioned. Like,
yeah, I haven't looked at the channel itself yet to see if anything else comes up on the schedule. But like,
I'm not surprised if that's it.
Yeah, I'm not surprised if this is all that they're running right now. Especially Cyberverse and Robots in Disguise, because that stuff already had set up for streaming on YouTube.
Yeah.
So whatever they needed to arrange on their end to be able to do that probably was easily applicable to Pluto, and I don't know if they're going to expand their library too much out from that. Probably eventually, but right now, there's enough of Prime and Robots in Disguise to fill a couple of days, and Cyberverse to kind of fill in some of the gaps in there. But
okay. I'm looking at it right now. an episode coming up is from Animated.
Okay, good. It might be the entire Shout catalog, because a lot of the stuff that's on Pluto TV in this kind of category is stuff that Shout has or had license for.
I don't think I can.
If you've got Animated, you really don't need anything else.
I'm not going to argue that.
I mean,
Prime.
No, you
no,
don't need
Prime's
Prime.
on there.
You don't need Prime. You don't need that one. That's one of the skippable series, one of the many.
I don't agree with that.
People like Prime. Prime's
Yeah.
pretty okay. But it's not one that you have to watch.
I would at least watch the movie, if you
Beast
could call
Hunters?
that the Beast Hunters.
It was good.
was right.
Predacon Rising.
Predacon's
Yeah.
Rising. Yeah.
Beast Hunters was like the season. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Predacon's Rising was good. We reviewed it in 2012 when it came out.
When it came out.
2014, 2012, 2014. It's good. It's good. And Prime's not bad. It's just it's not something I would go out of my way to watch. Like the only Animated and Beast Wars is still basically the only ones I would go out of my way to watch if I wasn't like a Transformers fan.
Right. So Blade and Anani TF are saying that there's clips of other shows that haven't been aired yet in their ads, such as Beast Machines and Armada in their promos.
Like I might go out of my way to watch Armada to laugh at it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask.
Yeah. Like, and I don't want to. I hate saying that I would put G1 over Prime but I would. For several reasons.
Yeah, it's just
it's not as lovely crafted.
There's a lot of context that goes.
G1's bad, but like we love it in a nostalgic way.
But there are things about it that I really like a lot of the stuff they tried to do.
And there's some very, very good standout episodes in G1.
Okay, so like the thing is, Prime is made to a high production value quality, but there's a lot of span of it where it's kind of boring.
It's so boring.
As Hey Mickey has correctly pointed out many times in the years I've known him, the worst sin a piece of media can commit is being boring. G1 is almost never boring.
Like especially it's so sparse.
Almost.
So Jacob's saying Predacon's Rising was the worst part of Prime. Sure.
Jacob, why do you have to be opposite to me in every one of your opinions?
Yeah.
Like literally, me and him do not agree on anything. It's amazing.
Yeah. No, Predacon's Rising is substantially better than the early episodes of Prime.
It's better than like all of season 2.
Season 2.
I liked season 3, and I like
season
the
3 was good. And Predacon's Rising was a perfect cap on season 3.
Yeah.
I have issues with Predacon's Rising, but that's just,
Yes, I know. Miko wasn't in it, Don. We know.
No, none of the kids were in it or even mentioned.
That's because it was on Cybertron.
Hey, but if you want to disagree with us, tfradio.net/Discord, it's the place to do it.
Yeah, someone's doing that right now.
You can do it in real time, just like our pal Jacob Owen Lucia.
Thank you for being here, Jacob. We genuinely appreciate you and everybody else.
You're awesome. You can disagree with me all you want. I appreciate that. Okay, so okay, great.
So anyway, on to actual news adjacent things.
I was actually going to give a thumbs up to his comment that you guys are crazy. I'm thumbing that up.
We are. So there's two like really off the wall feeling things that came up in the news since last week, and I put the one I think is the weirder one on top, especially since we can actually get some conversation out of this. So a graphic has been circulating around. I don't know where it originally came from, which is advertising a collaborative project of some sort between Takara Tomy and Bandai.
I don't know enough about like Bandai's catalog other than to say it's like Gundam cross Tamika or something. So I have nothing interesting to add.
Tamika is Tomy.
Yeah. Oh wait, so wouldn't be Takara? It doesn't say Takara Tomy?
No, it's Takara Tomy, but
yeah.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood what you said.
Yeah,
my
Gundam
bad.
cross Tamika.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So like, Bandai has Gundam. They have Sentai, Kamen Rider.
That's right.
I think they also merchandise Ultraman.
I like
your big three tokusatsu properties in Japan. Bandai has their hands on those.
And Bandai does like the Godzilla toys, but that wouldn't be a that wouldn't be a Bandai property. It wouldn't be it wouldn't be branded Bandai in this announcement. It would be Toho.
No, probably not. So Gundam's not a bad guess. There's other things. So like Gundam, the media is produced by Sunrise, which is a studio that at this point Bandai just owns.
Yeah, I believe later this year they're actually changing the name to Bandai Namco Animation.
Well, I mean, Sunrise is still going to exist as an entity under that umbrella. So like Sunrise, the studio identity is not going away. So
Okay.
Your Gundams and other anime projects like that will probably still have the Sunrise thing at the start with the little bouncing Haro and everything. But
so MRP 73 is saying the one that we are building up to, the big one, at least for me. Machine Robo.
Yes.
That's the most obvious. That's the one it's most obvious, I would say, and that would there could be a collaboration in. But you had a really great theory that you think Don has that I love.
Yeah, so I want to throw this to Don and see like what his like leading thought is on how Bandai and Takara might collaborate.
Well, the thing that popped in my head is a show that I've never actually watched, but I've seen clips of.
That's not it then.
Probably
no. No, you asked me. I'm just telling you.
No, go ahead.
Go for it.
Shinkillian.
And Chris will tell you what you really think. And Chris, tell him what he really thinks.
Okay. Well, no, what I'm saying is Takara is doing the Raiden project over there with Masterpiece. Trains are always popular in Japan. You've got Shinkillian, which is a train-based transforming robot series, I believe from Bandai. So it seems to me there would be some kind of cross pollination there of trains of thought. No pun intended. Trains of thought.
So Don,
All right, Chris, what is Don really thinking?
So Don, what you're really thinking is, the Brave series were animated by Sunrise way back when, and since Sunrise is owned by Bandai, a collaboration between Bandai and Takara could mean Masterpiece versions of Brave things, which Takara originally did the toys for. Don's head has just exploded.
I had given up on anyone inside or outside Japan pretty much acknowledging Brave exists. I didn't even think of that.
Also,
God.
Don, I want to blow another hole in your Shinkelion theory. Shinkelion, the toy line, is actually made by Takara.
Oh, okay. I thought it was made by Bandai.
They could collaborate, something Shinkelion with something Bandai, but that's. Not be it.
The only thing I really know is that Shinji showed up in Shinkillion as
there was a lot of crossover stuff in Shinkelion, in the show.
Jared in the Discord says he knows about Shinkalion because it's part of Takara Tomi's Plow Rail range. So.
Oh yeah,
but like I said, I never even considered Brave because it's slightly getting better known in the U.S. mostly because of Gal Gaigara and the various Soul Chigoken releases, plus the Pose Plus one that came out. But I never even thought about Brave. That would be
amazing.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've already done a couple of masterpieces in the past under the other line that wasn't like Masterpiece as we know it.
Yeah,
but they all had some issues with fragility.
So I want to bring this up again.
They had fertility issues?
Again, because we love Jacob, he brought up my favorite example that I hadn't thought of, which is dinosaurs.
Well, I mean, it's a Dino Jam. What are you going to do?
Wham bam. It's a Dino Jam. I would love that. Okay. So, like, you had, Chris, in pre-show, you had suggested that for the Bandai collaboration, it could be Machine Robo. Not that they would do Machine...
Like folded into Diaclone Reboot specifically, I was thinking.
Yeah, so basically not since they already have Masterpiece Machine Robo toys, we wouldn't be making Machine Robo toys, but we could like do repaints and use like the names and such that we can't do now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get GoBots references in Transformers Masterpiece.
I would be happy with that.
I mean, would you be happy getting a bug bite made from the MP40 whatever
I would
Bumblebee?
take it. Yes, I would take it.
That's a bad decision, Brian.
It's not the same. But it's a Masterpiece bug bite to the eHobby version.
Masterpiece GoBots is something that
I mean, that was basically the Action Toys Machine Robo stuff.
Yeah, which leads me to believe. I wonder why we haven't seen anything from them in so long, as if the license was in flux.
So, did they do both? Did they do the large scale like bike robo as well as the smaller ones, or were they just the smaller ones?
No, they did. They did the larger. The Action Toys did the larger cycle bike robo, and they did the larger size tough trailer.
Who did the smaller ones? Was that?
No, it was all Action Toys did the revival line.
They weren't that great.
Can I say
people
rumor?
like them.
Go
Rumor?
ahead. Yeah.
Rumor is that somehow the same person from Make Toys was also involved in the Action Machine Robo stuff for Action
Yeah, I've heard
Toys.
that before. I've heard that before.
I can believe it.
Yeah, I would
I'll
buy
say
that.
rumor because I cannot confirm nor deny.
I mean, they're not
Yeah.
they're not awful. I mean, they're competent. They're just
Yeah,
nothing
no, I
like super
mean-
special about them.
You could definitely, if you compare those Machine Robo remake figures to Make Toy stuff of the time, you can definitely see the parallels in design.
Yeah.
So nobody was really questioning that. Yeah, probably somebody from Make Toys was somehow involved in the design work for that.
Right.
But yeah, so unfortunately, our usual timing with the news cycle is that the graphic we have is dated for the reveal to be tomorrow Japan time, which means it will probably be anywhere from an hour after the show ends tonight to sometime tomorrow morning.
Is there
Yeah.
is there any what would it take for us, like back in the day we would do like an RFC extra
Yeah,
and come back. Well, we haven't done one of those in forever.
right.
Like what would it take for this to be an RFC extra?
The Brave masterpieces, and we'd have to just me, you, and Don probably just to have him sit here and stammer for 5 or 10 minutes.
I mean, I would say if they do GoBots, that's a big
Yeah,
thing.
that'd be
Yeah.
pretty notable too.
Yeah.
Like, this is a long shot. This is not what this is, but this could lead to this. What I would love to see is this could finally allow Transformers to get into Super Robot Wars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be that. Yeah,
I
that'd
didn't
be
even
pretty
think
cool.
about that. Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I mean, there's other ways for this to go besides toys. Although if it was like a Super Robot Wars thing, I would think it would be Namco x Takara.
I don't know. It's hard to tell how Bandai Namco do their.
It's hard to
naming
tell how they do
conventions
anything,
anymore.
really.
You know, another possibility is I don't know if
Soul Chigokin Transformers.
that's what I was
Yeah.
going.
Possible.
That's where I was going, Brian. Is that, but with Takara doing the Raiden project, I don't know if they would branch off more combiners unless they just wanted Raiden to be, because it's a very Japanese centric thing, and they want it to be like
Imagine a Soul Chigokin Predaking.
oh my god. So Soul Chigokin, they're very good with smaller figures to a degree. So you could do Monstructor, you could do Dino King, you could do the Landclaws combiners. I'm sorry, Chris.
No,
I-
I like everything I know about Soul Chigokin besides the price. Just like making a combiner on the Soul Chigokin figures, I can't imagine that.
Yeah, like,
turning
it
Well, I
out
mean,
wouldn't
I've
have-
got
it wouldn't have to be a
Godmars, and
combiner.
Godmars is pretty good.
I mean,
Close to Mighty Orbots.
Daijujin is amazing. Granted, it doesn't have individual robot modes.
yeah. I mean, that's part of your problem right there. Like to get even like Monstructor level complexity, you're looking at making some pretty fragile little pieces.
well, Monstructor is fragile for different reasons.
Okay, yes, but
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
now for the thing we know even less about.
Project Yellow. So it's an upcoming Transformers Hasbro collaboration, and we don't know anything about it except for we know that the names have had some sort of symbolic or literal meaning when it comes to like whatever the toys that have come out before. And
We also have the MSRP for it,
what was it? I missed that.
$44.99, which would put it around large deluxe size.
So my bet, has been, since hearing this, Big Bird. You know, I don't like this. Hasbro doesn't have the license for Sesame Street already, right? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
But they tried
Well,
to do
they
the
tried
Cookie
to do a-
Monster.
Cookie Monster, yeah.
Yeah, so I could see that. That's like just thinking things that are yellow. Somebody else, I forgot who it was on Twitter, had suggested The Simpsons, which I could also see. But
Yeah,
I can't-
retooling Alita into the Homer.
yeah. I
What
can't-
about a yellow submarine?
I mean, like
That was my first thought, actually. Yes.
Yeah, that's
Return
a
of music label. It's
like,
yeah.
So I mean, that I would put that a distant third.
I hate to suggest this because it's the thing I would probably want the least out of it. Minions something.
Oh God,
I mean, there's so few of the crossover things I bought anyway, so like I wouldn't care because I would just skip that one too.
oh that hurts. I hate the Minions so much. I hate those movies.
I think we all do.
So I'm hoping Big Bird or Homer Simpson. I would take the Yellow Submarine.
It's going to be something
Wait.
so completely out of left field, but once we hear it, it's going to make sense.
A lemon.
It'll be Homer Simpson's car out of the Minerva.
Yeah,
we
we
said that.
Yeah, we said that.
that.
You have to excuse Diecast. He's in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah. My timing's off.
Yeah. So
You're in the wrong time zone. You're an hour behind.
It's 8:00 here. I'm really confused.
Yeah, you're in my time zone now. You're in my time zone
my
now,
time
buddy.
zone. So yeah. So I'm I would actually really like a Big Bird. I think.
Yeah, Paladin says in the chat, a Pokemon.
I don't know if that was for this or the Bandai thing.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I mean,
So
I guess it
Project
would, I guess it would,
Pikachu.
yeah, I guess it would apply for either if it was a Pikachu.
So Pikachu, like I think these are all reasonable. I would put the Minions at the bottom because I don't know that that's
Want them? Yeah.
I don't think anybody would really want it. I don't think that would be something that Hasbro would necessarily seek out. But the others, even the Beatles, definitely is something that they would seek out.
Oh, you know how many Beatles
That
fans
would be
are
an
out there? Whew.
expensive license.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be more than $45 probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I mean, Pikachu probably then would probably be out. I think probably the best bet is Big Bird.
You know, this is kind of. For some reason, I was thinking about Box Wheeljack. I don't know why. It's just like because he's with Bumblebee on Cyber. I don't know why. It's just maybe we're getting Box Wheeljack.
I mean, that wouldn't be under the crossovers thing, though. Is the thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you're right.
Hey, I
You're
wasn't
right.
here. I wasn't here to chime in on that whole conversation about the Striker last week. So I want to
yes.
point out the Striker is an iconic GI Joe vehicle.
Right.
I would actually put it above the Hiss. I think Rob or somebody said that the Hiss was more iconic, and I don't actually agree with that. I like the Hiss better, but I think the Striker is a more iconic GI Joe vehicle. Like the perfect use for it, though. You guys said Beachcomber, and I totally agree. But it wouldn't be the Striker then; it would be the Eco Striker, and that would be wonderful.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I like that idea.
That was
Just
that was,
as long as we get our GI Joe crossover, Jeep Dune Buggy adjacent thing as G2 Beachcomber, I'm fine with whatever you want to call the vehicle.
You guys last week were even saying you wouldn't count on repaints, but we heard rumor that there are alternate Shockwave parts for the Megatron Hiss tank. So
Yeah.
I would say that repaints are a potential for the future
Yeah,
of these. So
but
we could
I
still
mean,
get Beachcomber.
that was an instance of listening to the show. I was like screaming in the bounce house place.
yeah,
Eco
my,
Striker.
my internet had dropped, so I couldn't argue. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
I'm
since you
I'm
weren't
sorry
here-
for that.
Since you weren't here last week, Brian, what do you think of the
It's
Striker
ugly.
Bumblebee?
It's ugly.
Okay.
I think it looks better than Megatron.
Yeah, I bought it.
I do too.
have it
It's
pre-ordered.
ugly, and I bought it.
Yeah.
Just like,
I'm not gonna buy it, but I seem to be less down on it than a lot of the rest of everybody. Maybe that's why.
maybe.
Yeah.
It's not going to
Um,
cost me any money, so it can be, as ugly as it likes.
Anyway, to Matt's point about the Shockwave parts on the Megatron, like, there's always the potential for a mold to get reused. I think in literally every mold they develop, they go ahead and design alternate parts for it in case the opportunity comes up, even if they think okay, probably we're not going to get to use these ever, but just in case, let's have some fun stuff on here that we can do something with. So like, yeah, of course they're going to want to run the molds again if somebody will let them, but it's just a matter of like, is the stuff going to sell well enough to be able to justify to the higher ups? Let's do that again.
Yeah, so in our Discord, tfradio.net/Discord, Blade is saying, might be in the top 5 vehicles that he thinks of as iconic, but toward the bottom. I'm not saying it's my favorite, but I would put it as number 2, probably after the Sky Striker.
As far as GI Joe vehicles go, it's up there. Yeah. Like I mean, the Cobra had all the awesome vehicles, but when you look at strictly Joe vehicles, All Striker is people usually can rattle off pretty quick.
Yeah, like I'm just thinking people like, what's most recognizable. Like nerds love the Falcon, or the Flag, pardon me, or the like the Shuttle Complex or whatever.
The Defiant.
Yeah, but yeah, the All Striker is the one that's been most licensed and like.
Yeah, the All Striker and the Mobat.
Yeah, the Mobat definitely. God, the Mobat. But yeah, I like the original toy, but just not as anything you would use.
The thing is, though, they're missing the obvious one that makes the most sense. Whale sea spray.
That would be like
that would be awesome.
Yeah,
and really expensive.
The Whale is my favorite. The Whale is
hugely expensive.
The Whale is like my favorite GI Joe vehicle, pretty much. That or the Havoc.
Well, see, when Megatron came out, I said I want to see Optimus Prime as the Whale because he's fighting for freedom over land, sea, and air. Because he just sort of like that's Optimus Prime. He's doing the whole GI Joe thing.
So Blade saying Olive Cobra's vehicles are more iconic than the All Striker. I think we probably disagree on what iconic means here. I think we're probably meaning 2 different things. I'm saying
the pogo ball does not count.
Like what's most recognizable to like somebody on the street. Like
Night Raven.
I would say the Hiss.
I would say I would say just a random person off the street say which one's a GI Joe vehicle and have the All Striker or something else, and they probably remember that. Yeah. Okay. So. Okay.
Anyway, Ness suggested Pac-Man for Project Yellow.
That would be who owns Pac-Man? Atari?
Namco Bandai. So maybe these 2 pieces of news go together.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, wouldn't that just be the perfect dovetail?
Yeah, of course I knew it was Namco. I mean, like Billy Mitchell went to Namco to like meet what's his face, the creator, and he was presented with that wonderful plaque. Why can't? Go ahead, Don.
Sorry, no, it's like hearing that these 2 pieces of media could be connected. It's reminding me of a scene from Doctor Who. What's the title? Well, it's either Gallifrey Falls or No More. It's like, no, it's all connected now. We just never saw it.
That went straight over my head. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I know what he's talking about.
Okay, cool. So we have listings for what are supposedly the first EarthSpark toys.
Oh, cool. So let's see here. Let's look at this. They are code names.
The Terran Tacticon assortment.
Yeah, Unikite, Gabbro, Atticite, Owen, and Mark.
Like a law firm.
Yeah, I like that Gabbro.
So apparently the 3 obvious code names are kinds of like rock or mineral.
Yeah.
From what I've been made to understand. But at $6.99, these are probably going to be, the like Battle Master equivalents, something along that line. Minimally transforming, basically just glorified accessories.
Rock Lords.
And considering they're calling them Terran Tacticons, there's probably going to be some form of like human character presence in those. Because the promo thing we saw, I'm pretty sure that showed us the human friends fighting a little bit. Or, kind of just being involved a little bit more.
I was trying to rack my brain about what was actually, in EarthSpark. I'm like, I've already forgotten that trailer.
Yeah, it's the Nickelodeon project.
Yeah, I knew it was a Nickelodeon project. I just couldn't remember what was in it. I'm like, I remember it looking cool.
I remember the robots definitely having Nick Roach's fingerprints on them. And there were some humans, and some things happened, and I think the humans were involved.
And Don's going to love that.
I mean, potentially. I mean, Miko won't be there, but it can't be perfect.
If they're done well, like
Kicker, right, Don?
Yeah, but not if they're done like the Humans from Robots in Disguise 2015, where they were all dumb as a bag of hammers.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
that's
Okay,
that's
great.
certainly.
It's so the Masterpiece Raiden torso officially shown off. And
Yeah. So we were talking a little bit about this last week. We got the first look at the Raiden head from the promo video they put out that was using basically the same 3D models between the CAD and the animation. But now we've got like the actual thing right here with the folded up torso.
it looks great, honestly.
It looks just as good as you could have expected it to look, is how I'll go with it.
It is okay. So it obviously it's a Masterpiece, so it's relatively expensive, and we're looking at what 130. No, how much are we looking at here? That's
I saw. I think it was Preternium maybe on Twitter said they were on. It was on Amazon Japan. I thought for 110.
okay,
I
but
think.
like so you're figuring all that in the engineering and stuff. You're looking at over $100 for it, so it better look nice. I'm still trying to wrap my head around a Masterpiece combiner and what that actually means, and is this going to be the only one we get? Hopefully.
Yeah, probably.
Hopefully. So just like whatever conventions that this pulls out, or whatever techniques that it uses to realize like the combiner bits and the face and head and all that stuff, we're not going to have a whole lot to compare it to.
Yeah.
This is going to be its own thing. So I on its own merits, it looks nice. Yeah. I mean, the closest comparison is going to be like a Commander class, Motormaster for for Minosaur. But like the rest of the bits, though, are not Commander class in price and scale. They're, deluxes. So this is definitely its own unique thing as far as Transformers go.
Which I'm sure is why it got the MPG designation rather than being folded into standard Masterpiece.
Yeah.
They're acknowledging internally that this is a different kind of thing than their main Masterpiece line.
Yeah. So like the primary Masterpiece stuff, at least in the vehicle mode, actually even the robot mode too, is more simplified. Like you have more panel lines and stuff in the Generations than you do in Masterpiece. Now Masterpiece basically looks more cartoon-like. This definitely does not. This is definitely more toyetic.
Yeah.
Which is also interesting. But again, it's a different designation entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I want to have it, but I'm not really looking forward to it. Somehow I managed to pay...
I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll break it. I'm sure.
Somehow I managed to pay less for the G1 than I'll end up paying for this.
That's a neat trick.
Yeah. Yeah, G1 Raid somehow cost less than this for me within the last 5 years. It was missing its gun though, so.
Yeah, but you can get repros of that. I'm sure.
I have a knockoff of it from the vintage knockoff somewhere. I just need to dig it out of a bin. Okay. Let's see here. What else we have? In-hand photos of Core Shockwave. Didn't we have this before?
But this shows the previously unknown gun mode that it has.
Shockwave transform gun mode.
Is it
Like,
like
it actually-
Shockwave where you just kind of turn it upside down, or six shot?
It's got a handle that
peg.
flips out. Yeah.
It's got a peg. Wow. Yeah, it's not an upside down submarine.
No, it's I think it's still a right side up Shockwave. It just has a peg that flips out so that larger toys can hold it as a gun.
That's awesome.
I can't imagine this is not intended for use with Minosaur, because it's obviously too big for normal toys to hold by themselves. It's shown here with Wheeljack holding it. I think it's Wheeljack holding it, and it's very large against a deluxe size toy. So it's going to be something intended for something much bigger to use. And with a combiner coming out, this seems like the perfect fit.
Yeah, I mean, a leader class could do it. sort of.
A little better, but I mean, it's still, kind of a stretch.
Yeah, like a Voyager, or which is also known as a Deluxe 2. Probably wouldn't look that cool holding this.
Yeah.
Minosaur's going to look boss holding it, though.
Yeah.
For all the iconic moments in the show when Minosaur...
Yeah.
Yeah,
it at least made more sense in Combiner Wars when that small Shockwave toy was, basically meant to be associated with the Combaticons. But
yeah, I was going to say, that's from a canon standpoint, no pun intended on that one. It would fit more if there was an actual Bruticus coming out, but maybe it'll be compatible down the road.
Well, as long as the 5mm standard remains in place, it will be compatible with whatever comes later.
Can I get sued for saying this? I don't know who.
Yes.
I'm not going to say it. Let me change that. Change the in-hand images. Studio Series Arcee. Is it wrong? I don't know what people think about this.
What if we put the word allegedly in front of it?
Yeah. Is it wrong?
That's fine.
Is it wrong that I don't hate it?
No, I think this is much better than the previous.
Yeah, no, that's actually why I put it in here, because the comparisons we're seeing with this batch of allegedly obtained samples, it's really making that Studio Series 86 one look more appealing than the other options, which surprises me for just how baffled I was and how pointless I thought it was when we first saw it leaked. Or it wasn't even leaked, it was Takara that just threw it at us unexpectedly with no answers.
Well, I have watched the video of an early in-hand prototype, and it definitely looks better as far as the way stuff is incorporated. So I think this will probably fit a lot of people's idea of an Arcee in the 86 cast than the previous one. It's still, because I remember looking at in the vehicle mode on the bottom, and it's a lot cleaner on the Studio Series version than the original.
Yeah, you can't just see a whole robot hanging out under there. Literally a whole robot.
Yeah, it looks like it actually transforms a little bit and not just.
Yeah, I don't know if it transforms quite as much as the Thrilling 30 version that it's retooled from, but it transforms in the way we mean it more than the Earthrise one did.
Yeah. It's like with Earthrise and Kingdom, Arcee's basically a pretender in her own shell. It's basically that's all it is.
Yeah, because
she's like her own headmaster almost.
You can knock a pin out from Earthrise Arcee and take the rest of the car kibble off that doesn't come off already by design, and literally you can make the entire car shell independent of the robot.
Well, there was an add-on kit done for that made her a better action figure.
Yeah, an Action Master.
Yeah, without the car crap.
Yeah, and so there was a few options for that, and one of them I saw somebody had applied that and had the car shell then sitting next to it, just to demonstrate, yep, you can still have the vehicle mode. It just, doesn't pretend to interact anymore.
Okay, I really want to talk about the next item because I wasn't here last week to talk about the Optimus Primal mask.
Yeah, what did you think about that?
I love it.
I thought you would.
Yeah, it is up his alley.
I love it, and I love this Bumblebee mask too.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen its robot mode yet.
I want to see a photo of the robot mode instead of a drawing.
Uh-huh.
But this is really novel. It's stupid, but brilliant, and I love it.
I wonder now that we're getting a Bumblebee, if there's a chance we might get a Megatron or something, like a bad guy. I would love that.
Why not?
I thought the Optimus Primal was going to be a one-off.
Yeah, me
too.
too.
Think we were going to get anything else.
I think if we get a bad guy mask, it's going to be probably for Scourge or one of the other Decepticons who are in the movie. I don't think Megatron's expected to be involved in any kind of way. The same way it was with the Bumblebee movie.
There's no Beast Wars Megatron or something?
No, I don't think so. I think for the the Beast side of things, we're just getting the Maximals. Well, there's a Predacon insignia, but it seems like the Decepticons are just going to be like another random group of vehicle Decepticons.
Yeah, I haven't really looked into the movie that much because I don't really like to. I like to go to the theater and experience it with not having too much.
Yeah, and I mean, at the same time, too, it didn't feel like there was a whole lot of like promotional push for the production of the movie like there had been in previous years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure after all the money they spent doing that for the last night, they realized, wow, that was a waste and didn't accomplish anything. Although, thank you, Paramount, for my trip to the studio in Detroit. That was actually a lot of fun and an experience I will appreciate for my entire life. If only you could have made a better movie out of it.
So that was last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I watched the last night again in the hotel.
How did that go?
Remember how when I reviewed it, I said it was the best one since the first?
And at the time, that was true.
Yeah. Well, now they're all the worst one since the first, and it's worse. It's much worse than I remember. It didn't help that the hotel TV had motion smoothing on.
Oh no!
So watching the last night with motion smoothing is one of the worst experiences I've ever had in front of the screen.
But no, I can tell you there is a worse experience than watching the last night with motion smoothing. That'd be watching Revenge of the Fallen with motion smoothing.
Well, so the thing is, the last night looked real with motion smoothing. That's what motion smoothing does. Is it takes it from 24 frames a second and takes it to like whatever the TV does, either 60, 120, whatever. And when it's that smooth, you can start making out detail. Your brain can make out details and things, and it's hard to differentiate that from reality.
I guess we've had different experiences with TV motion smoothing because every time I've seen it, it's turned it into mud.
Well, that's Revenge of the Fallen. That's what that
No, not specifically these movies, just like motion smoothing in general.
So it makes it look cheaper because it makes it look like something you could experience yourself, and it makes it less cinematic is what it does. So it's like a lot of people call it the soap opera effect because soap opera sets look cheap.
Well, and because soap operas are filmed on videotape at 30 frames per second.
Yeah. So it's just, I mean, all TV is done 30 frames a second, as far as I know, or 60 frames, 30 frames a second. So, but film is specifically 24.
Yeah, so shows that were made on film, which a lot of stuff was up through the 90s.
Would have been 24.
Yeah, but there was still, stuff being made through, I think, even the late 70s and into the 80s and 90s that was moving to videotape, and you could see the difference.
Cheaper. Yeah, videotape is cheaper.
Yeah, videotape is absolutely cheaper on every level.
Like it doesn't handle color as well. It does. There's a lot of things it just doesn't do as well. But cheaper.
It doesn't cost near as much to do post production on. You get your dailies faster.
You can tape
immediately.
over it if you want to. Is also a thing that you can do. So, yeah, TV. Yeah, but yeah. So like it just looked horrible with motion smoothing on. Just awful because
I mean to be fair though, it was still the last night and it still looked awful anyway.
Yeah, it takes the cinematic part out and it makes it look like the crap is sort of happening right in front of you, and it just makes it look so much more stupid. It's like it's like, why are you doing this stuff? Before it's like, I'm not sure. What does this make sense? And watching it with motion smoothing, it's like, this is really stupid. It makes no sense.
Yeah, imagine that. Interpolating a bad movie up to 60 frames per second doesn't make it a better movie.
Yeah, it doesn't. So, okay.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
John posted something in the chat about some kind of Ninja Turtle NECA figure.
Oh, what's this?
Captain Rex? Rex somebody?
I vaguely remember this from the cartoon.
What are you talking about?
Also, no, Panda Strong posted that for John's benefit.
Oh, sorry.
So that was
you meant in the Discord. I was looking at our person. I was looking at the private internal chat.
Yeah, no, that was diecast. This is completely not relevant to the show, Don. But thanks for trying.
Yes.
Sorry, I just wanted to point it out.
It shut me up about interpolation of the last night.
I figured we were winding down on that anyway.
So I want to mention this real quick. The last thing that we have in the news, because we have a lot left to talk about. I'm assuming this is
Yeah.
your comment, Chris. The Sunbow Marvel Archive
Yes,
presents storyboards
yes,
from City
yes,
of
that was
Steel,
my editorializing.
our second favorite G1 episode. And the great part is, I'm like, it could be. And then I'm thinking, like, it's kind of like that one episode of Star Trek, because contextually, I think it's the case for everybody. Yeah, City of Steel is everybody's second favorite episode of G1.
I was also, putting that commentary in there because I knew it would probably set Dawn off when me and you at least would say that our favorite episode is Bot.
Yeah,
I've given up on y'all for that. If you want to like crap, you go right ahead.
well, I mean, my favorite episode's Web World, and
If we're talking about like actually good episodes, but like my favorite episode for exemplifying what G1 actually is Bot.
is Bot.
And it's the same reason City of Steel is my second favorite.
It exemplifies what G1 is.
Yeah. If you want to explain to someone what the original Transformers cartoon was at its core, you show them Bot, City of Steel, and interestingly enough, the Core.
The Core, or it's the Master
Carnage in
Builders.
C minor.
Carnage in C minor. Yeah.
Oh. And see, the interesting thing about that is most of these episodes we've just named are all ACOM episodes.
Yeah. So this is
Bot amazingly wasn't, as far as I know.
wow. Yeah, this is really cool looking. So I'm gonna just show it off. I forget this site exists. I need to look at it more.
They've been posting a lot of G1 storyboard material like this. I just happened to notice this when I was going through doing the show notes that they had this specific episode up this week. And yeah, we love our City of Steel, whether or not for the right reasons, but we do love City of Steel.
It's so great.
It's so awful. I
It's so
love
great.
it. This alligator is big and heavy.
It's for some reason Optimus Prime's head on Megatron's desk did not give me nightmares as a kid, but it should have.
If you get that
Mask, the helmet.
yeah,
I tried to talk him into that a couple weeks ago.
I was trying to think of the name brand for that, and I couldn't.
Hollywood Icons, or I don't know. The one Diecast has.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hollywood.
We
whatever.
all know what we're talking about. We just can't think of what
I've
the
got the
actual
Cobra Commander
name-
over there on my
Yeah.
shelf. Yeah.
And the Megatron just came out. But like, you get that mask helmet thing and put it on your desk, and you got City of Steel right in your own home.
That's great.
All you need is a equivalent Optimus Prime arm with the gun attached on the flagpole outside your house.
Yeah. Okay.
An Optimus Prime arm windsock.
Yes. That can kill you.
I mean, optionally. Might need an aftermarket kit for that.
Yeah. So, okay, let's jump to what we got this week. Who wants to go first?
I'll go real quick because I didn't open any of the stuff that I got. And this is just a follow-up from last week's Pulse sale talk anyway. So I got my order in on Sunday, oddly. FedEx delivered everything on Sunday after changing my estimated delivery dates multiple times. It was actually getting really annoying for a while, but then I was one of the lucky few that actually had their order shipped almost immediately. I think some of our Discord people still have not had their orders fulfilled from the sale. Emails have been going out, though, saying at least like, yeah, we had a really high order volume. There may be some delays in fulfillment. Please bear with us, or, to that effect. But I got in Core Class Skywarp. I got Masterpiece Reboost, and I got the Jurassic Park crossover set from the sale.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
I had, what else did I get? I got something else that is now completely slipping my mind because I don't think it's actually in here with me. Right. So Non-F put out a conversion kit for Studio Series Wreck-Gar to turn it into one of the other Junkions from the movie, the one called Rubbish. It's a really nice looking conversion kit. I have not applied it yet, but like from all the pictures I've seen, it's a pretty good job of turning, a Wreck-Gar colored Junkion into a very similarly colored Junkion that actually looks distinctly different. So that I got a spare Wreck-Gar around. I might try to take the spikes off. That's apparently kind of difficult because they're like glued at the base, but they are theoretically removable. And it makes the conversion a little bit better, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that was the other thing I got. I got that and a bunch of other stuff from the past several months of not enough releases, all in one big order that will probably just sit around for a while until I feel like putting together kits basically. But that's what I got over
Cool.
the past week.
Real quick, I want to mention, I'm looking at the YouTube chat.
Hi
Again,
YouTube.
tfradio.net/discord. I know people chat there, but we look at our Discord more. Henry Studio CA said, if your favorite episode is bot, then there's something wrong with you both physically and mentally.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
Yes.
There is.
Yeah. I mean, clearly. Okay. So, moving on. Who wants to go next?
Don raised his hand.
Don.
Okay, is it working? Did my symbol? Is it working?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good, because I have a lap full of Massey. He's seeking shelter from Hank because Hank wants to play and Massey does not.
Is the little cat's health getting any better?
Yes, his health is getting better. He's not having quite the asthmatic sounding stoppages. He's
Okay.
able to. Yeah. So the vet gave, just as a Hank update. After his visit last Thursday, he did not get his vaccinations because he was still really stuffy. And they gave him a lysine treat that's supposed to produce more amino acids because they think maybe he's got like feline herpes, and that is causing his immune system to fight that instead of whatever the head gunk was.
Okay.
So he's better, and I have to take him back tomorrow. So he'll probably get his next round of vaccinations tomorrow.
Oh, good.
All right. Thanks to Blade Gnome, he texted me this last week, and as a early birthday gift, he got me from Five Below a whole new set of Miraculous figures. This is he got me Cat Noir, Marionette, Rena Rouge, Queen Bee, and Ladybug herself. I had seen these things online. I didn't even know they actually.
PJ Masks?
No, it's Miraculous.
I'm not trying to be
Ladybug.
funny. I thought Cat
It's
Noir
Miraculous
was a character from
Ladybug.
PJ Mask.
It's Miraculous Ladybug.
Okay.
They're small little.
I think there is a Ladybug character in PJ Masks though.
Yeah, it's the small 5-inch figure. There's no accessory as far as I can tell. But this is kind of like, to me, it's their authentics kind of thing. A basic entry price point. They were $5. Blade got these for me as an early birthday gift, which I super appreciate. Okay, Massey, there you go. Went out. Okay.
So Don and Brian, Manny Cara suggests feline herpes as the show title.
No, I can't do that one.
I kind of figured that's why I had to. That's why I had to mention
appreciate it.
Yeah. As a follow-up to last week's Hasbro Pulse discussion, I guess that Pulse sale was really the indicator of I'll buy it if it's cheap enough. Because I picked up
TBD.
Shattered Glass Blur, which I had passed on before. Went ahead and got the Gold Bug, even though it's not quite right. It's still a better deco than I gave it credit for initially. And I also got DK2 Guard. Because, that Iron Hunter mold is not bad. It's not bad.
Don bought things I already have.
So I got that. The two biggest pickups I got this week was Studio Series Ironhide and RC.
Cool.
Nice.
Did you find him at Target?
Yep, found them at Target. I really wanted to open up the RC by now, but I just have not had time. I was able to get 2 RCs, one to keep boxed and one to open. I really like the way she looks. It's nice to see an RC where the body is actually, as we've all said before, incorporated into the transformation, and it's not just a giant umbrella that she wears around. So really looking forward. I'm hoping the Ironhide is a little bit more, well, actually a little bit less wonky donkey, because when you transform Ratchet, he looks good in robot mode. He's pretty solid. He looks good in vehicle mode. He fits together pretty well. It's just getting from A to B, he turns into just a floppy mess. So I'm hoping Ironhide's a little bit better, but I'm just really like this RC. The face is trying to strike that balance between G1 and movie. So it's a little weird, but it also kind of works. So that's what I got this week.
Who wants to go next?
I can go really quick. All I got is Masterpiece Senator Crosscut, and he
Lovely.
is absolutely wonderful. I already have Reboost and Skids, and if they want to do more, I will buy those as well.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, they've got at least one more character they can run off of that Burnout.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Rob, do you want to go?
First off, I got quite a few things off my Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/playlist and as early birthday presents. Thank you to Matt for sending me Great Mazinger on Blu-ray. I've never seen that one, so that is all 50 some episodes on one disc. It's a standard definition Blu-ray disc, but that
Nice.
Yeah, that should be fun to see. Blade sent me Gundam the Origin Volume 9, so I only need 3 more volumes of that to have the whole manga. So that is really nice to have. Josh, Wheeljack64 sent me both the Dragon Ball Super Encore, or not Encore, Evolve, Golden Frieza, which is those Evolve figures are really nice. I'm going to track down a few more of those, I think. And also the Gundam Infinity Gundam Artemis, which is a Build Fighters Battlelog figure that has parts from the Gundam X, among others. So I figure if I ever feel really brave and want to try and bash together a Gundam X, having the satellite cannon is going to be kind of important for that. So
yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. Beyond those things, I wound up at an abandoned mall of my own yesterday that was nowhere near as interesting as the one you were at, Brian, because it was actually basically abandoned except for a Big Lots and a Best Buy outlet.
Wasn't that arcade awesome?
Oh, yes, it was.
It was awesome.
I wish I could get anywhere near an arcade, but yeah, this the part of this mall that was an actual mall was just basically completely closed up. I couldn't. I mean, apparently at some point the Department of Health and Human Services was using some of the mall space, and even they've abandoned it now. So yeah, it was that bad.
I mean, it's bad when a Big Lots becomes your anchor store.
Yeah, the only other, the Best Buy outlet was, if I ever need an open box microwave oven or TV or something, I'll remember that exists. But the only other people who came into the Best Buy outlet while I was there were asking for directions to a real Best Buy. But at Big Lots, I did pick up, they had some, their toy department was nothing to speak of, but they did have some cheap Blu-rays and things. I got Star Trek 4 on Blu-ray for like $5.
Yes.
Sweet.
And so there's our Star Trek mention during the show for the week. And also they had Geometry Wars 3 for the PS4 for $7. So I really like the original one of those on 360, so I figured why not.
I don't mention video game stuff normally that I got, but I did pre-order Shredder's Revenge.
I need to get that
tomorrow.
It comes out tomorrow.
And the reviews on it are stellar.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
you can play as
think
Casey Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking
Was
forward
that
to it.
was
9
that an
a.m.
actual game? I never heard of
It comes out tomorrow, Don.
Yeah.
Also, it didn't exist until now.
No, it's brand new.
Yeah, it's new.
Yes.
I didn't know if it was an old arcade game
It's
that I never heard of.
quasi
It's
in the style of one.
Yeah, it's a retro style new game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else, Rob? Sorry to jump over you there.
No, that's fine. Can't think of anything else off the top of my head. So it has been a weird and tiring couple of days. So if anybody else has sent me anything that I received and I have forgotten to mention, I am so sorry. I will mention it as soon as I remember it. But I think that is it.
Diecast, do you want to go next? Do you want me to? I'm going to take a while.
I got nothing because I've been away all week. So there's probably a huge pile at my house, which my wife is going to kill me about. But
So
I got
if we see Diecast next week, he'll have quite a what we got this week to go over.
yeah, I don't know if there's any Transformers in that pile, but because a lot of the stuff that I get, I don't even talk about. Like I get a lot of McFarlane stuff, the DC McFarlane stuff.
I skip over most anything. Usually it's non-Transformers or adjacent. Like there's a lot of stuff that I got in my pile of loot that I'm not going to talk about because I don't care to. I forget that I have it. Okay, I'm going to go. So a couple things. Last week I was on vacation. It was my birthday.
Happy late birthday, by the
Thank
way.
you.
Yes.
I shipped my pile of loot, and I had 4 shipments from Hasbro Pulse from their sale. So
I mean, I had 3, but they send everything in individual boxes anyway. Did you see the picture I tweeted of Skywarp in
Yes.
its shipping box?
that reminds me of the dog leash that I got shipped in a 6-foot long box once, because
Well,
like,
I mean, what was the length of the leash?
that's the length of the leash. It was
Yeah.
awesome. So I don't have any specific order on this, but I'm going to go over based on like order of how stupid they are. So Matt convinced me to buy this Sergeant Slaughter figure like months ago, and it's been sitting in my pile of loot. And it's not GI Joe, but it's like a knockoff GI Joe.
I convinced you to buy that directly, like a day or two before
Literally a day or
classified.
before the classified was announced. So
I'm proud of that.
I wish you had been at BotCon 2012 with us.
Yes.
You could have convinced him to buy that MP10 Prime before the Hasbro release was
Yeah.
announced.
So I got that. The last show I was on, the one before last, I was talking about towels. So I got my beach towel.
Oh, that looks pretty good.
Yeah. I don't think it's licensed. I thought it was licensed, but I don't think it is. So yeah, I'm going to throw it in the box for cushion as I drop stuff in here, and Sarge goes in first. So part of the stuff I got from Pulse, because I scraped the bottom of the barrel, stuff I don't have. I got some of those premium finished figures. So I got the Bumblebee. I got Starscream.
I keep forgetting that
Megatron.
Starscream exists.
Yeah. Megatron, the Siege Megatron. Yeah.
So how many iterations of the Siege Megatron mold do you have?
Too many.
Yeah.
Siege Optimus. Ultra
Siege
Magnus.
Optimus is my favorite. He looks so good.
Ultra Magnus and Studio Series. Bumblebee Optimus.
I'm surprised you got the Ultra Magnus.
I am too, but it's not movie stuff. But I give Optimus Prime a pass since it's awesome. So
Yeah, if I was gonna get one of those premium finish, I had that on pre-order originally. Just decided like I didn't need it because I had the first release. But like if I was gonna get one of those premium finish ones from that sale, that would have been it.
Yeah. So it looks great. I'm actually going to open it probably. Masterpiece stuff. Crosscut.
Oh, you didn't get that from the Pulse sale, did you?
Yeah.
Crosscut.
No. Big Bad Toy Store. Sorry, that was
Yeah,
Big Bad
okay.
Toy Store. Okay. Pulse sale. Skywarp.
I mean, the price that Skywarp and they had Thundercracker, I think. The price the Jets were at,
Thundercracker.
yeah, like that. If you want those, that is too good of a price to pass up.
Yeah, and Starscream. Yeah, I got all 3. I've held off on getting those for the longest time.
Well, I mean, at $600 almost for all 3, I can see why.
Yeah.
Not after they're 40% off.
not
It
a-
wasn't.
Exactly.
I would have been tempted by that if
I
they
still
were
can't
they were
believe
sold
how
out.
I still can't believe how good that sale
That
actually
sale was
was.
amazing, yeah. So I think I'm going to go with my favorite thing next. Maybe my favorite thing next, because I love
Is
it.
it City of Steel? Oh, that's your second favorite thing.
So,
anyway.
no, it is the Ultimates Optimus Prime holding the basketball. I did not think I was going to like it that much,
But it has the basketball.
but it has the basketball. It looks really good in hand. It's very solid. It's heavy. It honestly doesn't feel so radically different than Red that I shouldn't hate it, but I don't. It's just, I think that it's larger, sturdier, and just more. I don't know. There's like the aesthetic is better on it. So I think it's great. So and
Even keeping in mind that you paid 3 times as much for that as you paid for Red Optimus
yeah,
Prime.
well, I paid 6 times as much because I bought 2 of them, and so the packaging. Oh my god, the packaging on these are great.
Oh, that's really good.
Oh my lord, it's amazing. So it's like archival quality packaging. It's got a nice sleeve on the outside. You can pack everything right back up in the bubble, Takara style or Bandai style or whatever. Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, I bought 2, not intentionally, but I'm glad I did because I love it, and it might disintegrate. So, So I
Am I
haven't.
never gonna get my bots basketball? Like
No.
they did
No.
every other round ball that they can do except the basketball.
I haven't looked at the others, but Ghost of Starscream.
You don't need to look at that.
Yeah, Bombshell and Bonsaitron is right here. So I'll open those eventually. In my
Brian, what did you think of the Wave 3 announcement?
What did you guys talk about it last week?
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, I'm not like married to it. Like I'm trying to remember what's all in it besides. Like,
Okay, so it's a
Optimus
rerun
Prime.
of it's a rerun of Starscream and Optimus essentially, and then Soundwave is new.
Oh
and
yeah,
that's it.
the Soundwave is funky. Gosh, I'm
Soundwave
almost,
would have been good if they committed to the Marvel colors for it.
yeah. He's not purple. He's
Right.
blue. Yeah. So I mean, I'll do the 3 left.
Okay, Blade is saying Tarn and them was Wave 3, so the Wave 4 announcement then. But
Yeah.
either way,
Oh yeah, wait for it.
Yeah.
So this was something that I was going to make a big deal of, but like, I got too much crap. Got another St. Louis Happy Meal toy. This time this time it's a green Bumblebee.
so Wasp.
Yeah, I already have this figure, but I don't have it sealed. Well, now I have it sealed, so
Okay, cool.
that makes my 4th sealed one. And I remember
Nice.
back in the day, it's like, man, these things are so rare. I've never even seen one in person before. Now I have like 30
I've
of
still
them.
never seen one in person that I can recall.
I missed out on a sealed one when I was on vacation, kicking myself. It was one I already had the figure of, but it would have been nice to get the sealed version of it.
Mm-hmm.
For my birthday, Kim got me the Lego Optimus Prime, which I still haven't put
Oh,
together.
nice.
And
Nice.
the 10-year-old was like, "We're gonna put that together, right?" And I looked at her and I'm like, "Honey, no, no, we're not."
Wait, you need to buy her one.
Don,
She has
no,
she has
no, he
plenty
doesn't.
of she has plenty of Lego. She has so much Lego that she could Lego for the rest of her life, but she's gonna Lego this one because I'm not gonna let her touch it because it won't.
Okay, so when you're done building it, pass the instructions to her and see how close she can get with the parts she has.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, did you guys see the guy that made the Nemesis Prime? I think.
and the Ultra Magnus, yeah.
I didn't see the Ultra Magnus. He did a fantastic job.
Also, someone took the parts or equivalent parts from the set and made an alligator con.
I need to seek that out.
Yeah,
So
I mean that was floating around like possibly before last week's show. We might have mentioned that in passing with the Nemesis and Ultra Magnus builds. Like it's been out there.
So last thing I'll mention is what I got at the toy department. I was looking over the stuff and I was talking to the guys like, "Can I get that?" I'm like, "I think I have it, but I know I don't have it in the box. And if I do have it in the box, it's Japanese and it's not as nice as that one." It's it sucks when you have to say stuff like that because you don't remember. If I have it, I didn't go back to confirm. If I have it, it's Japanese, so it's not exactly the same because I think they're missing the rub sign. It is a mitten box, trigger happy.
Oh, nice.
Ooh,
The box, other than this little spot here where the box, there's a little rough spot on the box here where it's
where
like
the price
torn.
tag would have been.
Yeah, well, no, the price tag's on the back.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Yeah, so
Hey Brian,
interesting.
where's that? What's that price tag? Is that Brindle's or Bradley's?
oh, that's not a price tag. That is, I've never seen that before. That is like a shipping tag. It
Interesting.
says made in Macau.
Yeah, that's not surprising. Late run G1 stuff was made in
I
Macau.
don't know that. I'm just may never have noticed. It's not.
Wait.
It's not focusing well. Maybe you can. Oh, there it goes. Wait. There it goes. Yeah, that is very interesting.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
I've never seen one of those labels before. But if you look at most MicroMasters,
Yeah.
they will have made in Macau stamped on them somewhere.
So
Yeah.
So looking at, so the toy is in pristine shape. The stickers are unapplied. The paperwork is
Ooh.
all complete. And I
Dang.
thought the price on everything is good. I don't have a good head for how most of like the target masters and headmasters should be priced individually, like in a broad sense. Like the ones that I really care about, like Brainstorm, I could look at it and tell you if it's a good price looking at it. Like, but I only have a rough sense of like other 87 stuff or 86, 87 stuff. And I saw this and I'm like, that seems like a really good price. And I checked eBay when I got home, and the one that I found that was the closest to this was like $50 more than I paid.
Ooh.
And it was missing. The box was beat up. I think the stickers were applied. The tech spec was cut out. The one in
Dang.
closest condition that I found to this was like over $200 more than I paid for it.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm very pleased with this purchase. So
Yeah, as well you should be.
yeah. So,
Like the time I got the BotCon toy at the comic book store for $4.
they had the BotCon 2001 Tigertron.
Yeah.
For $400, I think. I don't know how much it goes for, but I
Yeah,
remember,
I don't have a head for that.
but I remember, skipping out on it at BotCon 2001 and now wishing that I hadn't.
Right.
Yeah. Like, man, I was at that BotCon. I should have got that. But yeah, so that's what I got this week.
Nice.
Yeah, so I want to thank our patrons at the Touch tier. You guys get to be on History on the Fives with Rob. And you people out there get to listen to that, whether you're a patron or not. If you're a patron, you get it a week early from when it's posted. But, if you're not, there's episodes of History on the Fives, which is the podcast where we talk about Transformers history in 5-year increments or whatever. Rob, how do you describe it? 5-year jumps.
Yeah, 5-year jumps.
Yeah. So, actually, I ended up posting. I'm sort of behind on posting them to the live feed and to the Patreon feed. So, all the stuff that is current is being posted to the Patreon feed in the next week and a half. So, if you're a patron, you're getting a new episode of History on the Fives basically every other day for a while. I don't want to. I'm not going to hammer the public feed like that. I don't want like too many of a podcast other than the main RFC being in overwhelming the feed. So what I'm going to do is I am going to compile, like literally just snip together or paste together episodes in like 3-episode chunks. So I just posted episodes 3, 4, and 5 to our public feed. The next will be 6, 7, and 8. Then 9, 10, and 11 when Rob has 11 next week. That'll be like in a few weeks, and then we'll be caught up. So it'll be pretty cool. Yeah. So, but yeah, if you're a patron at the Touch tier, you get to be on the show. It's a lot of fun. And our patrons at the Touch tier, you can find that list at tfradio.net/credits, which is where I'm going right now. Kevin Dorsey, Ryan Bona, Emmett Stresovich, Rabbits, Hector Bones, Ness, Joey Russell, Jay Rye, Sean Hamilton, Jacob Owen Lutzia, who also loves Web World, by the way. He's a smart man. Sean Bratton.
We share that opinion at least.
Or Boomer, Spider Bob, Tyrell Gwen, Rick Mahurin, Blake Reynolds, Vegemite Mike, Jason Tate, the Tater X himself, Mr. Meat. I want to start calling him Mr. Meat, but he would hate that. Eric Griffin, Cybertron Toys / Angel Investortron. I love that. And Sean I. Williamson. Thank you all so much. So you can be a member yourself by going to patreon.com/tfradio or even tfradio.net/Patreon works. So you can find, actually, Prime Day is coming up in a week or two. Use our link, tfradio.net/Amazon. It still works. It still helps keep the light on. Does a big part of that, actually. So,
can we get that Amazon Prime Optimus Prime then? That was rumored last year.
I mean,
it could.
Amazon
but
will be
the last thing I heard about
warehousing
was that it was just. But no, what I heard was it was shelved.
Oh, well, I was going to say that, unlike if Walmart would probably dump it out, but Amazon could potentially warehouse it.
Don's got a kitten.
Don has a kitten. So
I
Don,
would like them to unwarehouse it.
It got shelved. It sounds like, so that hurts my heart because that sounded awesome.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it got as far as like prototyping or maybe early test shots, but I don't think it was ever manufactured for actual distribution.
Boo. So Don, how do people reach your kitten?
Hank does not have a Twitter page yet. He's not ready for that yet. But I can be reached on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4 EVR. Also, the wedding date for myself and my fiance is getting closer. We have a honeymoon list at www.tfradio.net/honeymoon that will help us defray some of the costs on our cruise for our honeymoon. So if you're in a position to help out, we do greatly appreciate it. And we thank everyone that's helped out up to this point.
Cool.
When Don takes his hand off the unmute button and screams because the cat is biting him now.
John DeLuna, who's not here, he can be reached at that John D everywhere. Rob Springer at zonebase.org or at Rob Springer on Twitter. I'm at BKelby on Twitter. You can go look at all my crap where I was in the abandoned mall with lots of awesome video games. And my 5-year-old standing on a stool while she was playing Silent Scope. That was awesome.
And like, I think Matt played that at the arcade in the Chicago area in 2015. He didn't need a stool though.
No, she's 3 feet tall.
I know it was adorable, but also like, oh, okay.
It was like like frightening and heartwarming at the same time.
Yeah. No, I genuinely loved that photo for that reason.
And it happened several times.
Cool.
She would be playing something. I would start playing something else. I'd look around. She was gone. I would look back, and she was back at Silent Scope. It happened 3 times. Chris, how do people get a hold of you?
Oh, well, you can always find me on our Discord, tfradio.net/Discord. I'm, if you don't see me active in there, I'm probably watching anyway, lurking,
Asleep.
observing. Not as much as I would like to be, no. Otherwise, if you want to follow my toy photography work, I have that collected in galleries and such at playwithphotography.com. If you want to throw some support my way for the things I do, I'm on Patreon, patreon.com/playwithphotos. Or if you just want to do some random nice thing for me, I have an Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/chrislist, which, like the regular Amazon link, helps to keep the show running. And, you know, with Prime Day coming up, who knows what might go on sale. Lots of things, hopefully.
Yeah.
Rob.
Okay, I can be found on Twitter at Rob Flails, which is the Twitter for Flail Throughs, my YouTube channel, which is mostly focused on Gundam gaming. Right now, that still means Gundam Battle Operation 2, which I'm, thanks to videos from friends and the occasional ability to play, I'm keeping up with despite the arm trouble. Been quite a few fun things added to that last couple of weeks. Last week was the Byerland to Solda from Gundam Narrative, I think it is. So, and it probably has the best special skill of any of the flying units so far. It can actually keep from getting knocked out of the air, which the other ones are not really good at.
You would think that would be important for a flight type.
Yeah, it generally is. They used to be harder to knock out of the air, but that made them too powerful. So they overcompensated a little bit, and now they're trying to find ways to work around that. But upshot of that is that Gundam Battle Operation 2 does update it to old units pretty constantly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they last update at the end of May, they actually gave buffs to the standard Jim and Zaku 2 after 4 years. So
I mean, I guess they would need to if they're into like the late UC 90s.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it is a fun game. I do enjoy it, and if you want to see around dating back to the release of the game in late July of 2018, youtube.com/flailthroughs. I have genuinely not missed a day since it was released, even when I was in the hospital, thanks to my brother and some of my other friends.
That's really good.
Yeah. If you like what I'm doing over there, patreon.com/flailthroughs, you can throw a couple bucks at me and request a specific mobile suit, weapon, color combination, what have you.
And it's your birthday a week from tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And if you feel like sending me something, there is tfradio.net/playlist for that. So
although there's fewer and fewer things on it as we get closer.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I've added a few, and I think they're just about all gone.
Get there. Don't be don't be the last person to get Rob something for his list.
And please ignore the adjustable bed and mattress. That is something I'm probably going to take care of for myself after this month's YouTube money comes in. But
although, I mean, if you got the money to burn responsibly and you want to do something really nice for him that'll carry him through most of the rest of his life, like it's not a bad birthday present.
yeah, I will not say no, but just I can't imagine anybody wanting to drop $1,000 on me just off the top of my head.
I would like to imagine someone wanting to drop $1,000 on you or me.
Yeah.
As long as it's like in bills and not like in rolls of pennies.
Yeah.
As long as they give me a chance to put a helmet on first, I'm not going to be super picky about that.
I mean, I will settle for a little like Wile E. Coyote style umbrella. I do have health insurance, so yeah. So I'll go with that. But
cool.
Yeah, I think that is everything.
Diecast. People find you right now in St. Louis, right?
Yep. And you can follow me on Twitter at Diecast2. You can like my Facebook page at Reviews by Diecast. And blah, blah, blah. Yakety, yakety. Oh, I have an Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/diecast list. Helps the show. Helps me.
Yeah, it's win-win. It helps you by making yourself feel good.
Yeah.
And
my birthday's coming up next month, so.
And it helps us. It helps us by adding more things to Diecast's house that his wife will be angry at him for, and eventually murder him, and drive his body to West Virginia somewhere to dump it.
Any week now, it's gonna happen.
Callbacks to pre-show.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Okay. Well, people watching live, thank you for being here. tfradio.net/live. People listening to the podcast, thank you so much. Hit us up on our Discord. tfradio.net/discord. We'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Take care.
Hey, bye, Hank. Bye-bye.
Okay. Guess what I didn't record? I'm kidding.
Yeah,
recording stopped.
We can see the recording icon up on the top. It doesn't really work anymore. In the Skype days, sure, but not so much with this.
Sorry, I'm doing a Dolly Mini thing.
What? Oh, yeah.
I hate
the Jetfire transformation. I just saw it. Looks pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't really touch on the point in the actual show, but like, as simple as it is, I don't think it's bringing too much more to the table than the Siege one did. So, like, apart from like a devoted Masterpiece collector, I don't think somebody's gonna want to probably double dip.
Oh no, the backpack collapses and everything.
I mean, yeah, it works a little bit different, but like, there's not like a whole lot of added complexity or innovation to what it does.
Diecast, I've not seen the video yet. Man, Hank, stop that. How is as someone who like me who owns Phoenix, what do you think? I know you're going to get. I know you're not going to swap out, of course, but I'm just saying. What do you think?
I like it. I think it's a lot more cartoony than Phoenix, which
it's different. It's not the same thing.
Yeah,
it's not the same thing. But because I'm such a Skyfire fan, I like it. Like, I wouldn't be like, well,
it's a really good Skyfire.
Yeah, it's a really good Skyfire, and I can, in my head, I can justify having all of them.
Yeah, but you could justify a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sure can. Okay, I'm going to get back to the chat. I'm going to make that the show notes title.
I mean, I think Wonky Donkey is a good runner-up.
I do too.
But yes, I prefer the other suggestion.
Okay. Hey, people watching live, I think I'm going to end the stream because I got to go to bed. So, we will see you next week.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, YouTube. Bye, Twitch.